Oh my god, she's a weirdo.
Hello, 'tis I, Fat Cow. This is my 500th video, so bit of a milestone. Before I continue, some people have been asking after Toby and Tallulah. So, a little story and then we'll get on to the main feature. As you know, at the beginning of summer, Toby and Tallulah, two elderly outdoor cats, their owner died. And I adopted them, but they remained outdoor cats. I couldn't get them to come inside except onto the inside windowsill. I continued looking after them, feeding them, grooming them, giving them tickles. They weren't receptive to cuddles, and as I said, they didn't want to come inside the house. But they were fed, they were being looked after. At the end of summer, a few weeks beyond that, a couple, a youngish couple, late 20s, moved into their previous owner's house. Now, apart from a hamster and a snake, these individuals didn't have any other pets. They used to have two very elderly cats, though, that had passed on and were considering getting cats. However, the decision as to whether or not to get cats was taken completely out of their hands when both Tallulah and Toby decided to adopt them. They insisted, nay, forced themselves into their own home and refused to leave, basically. So once this was found out, because suddenly one day Tallulah turned up wearing a very fancy collar that had a bat shape, a tartan bat collar, I investigated, discovered about the new couple who had moved in. We had a very long discussion. I was very reluctant to give up Toby and Tallulah, but Toby and Tallulah had made it very obvious where they wanted to be, and the fact that they were going inside and staying inside their own home with this couple happily was evidence enough that I was making the right decision by giving Tallulah and Toby to this couple. Because with me, they were outdoor cats and they stayed outdoor. They are now happily indoor cats who very occasionally come outside when it's sunny. There's a cat flap, they can come and go as they please. They are happy, they are loved, they are well fed, and they spend most of their time asleep on soft and squidgy things. One of the new owners stays at home due to disability, so they have a person with them 24/7. I see them on occasion, again when it's sunny, but these two cats are now 95% indoor cats, 5% outdoor cats, when with their previous owner it was the other way round, and with me it was almost entirely outdoors because they didn't want to come into my home. But they're happily going into the other home because it's been their home for over 8 years, and they're very happy with their new owners. The reason I haven't told you guys this earlier is because I wanted to see if it would stick. I wanted to see if it would work, because if it didn't, by God, I was taking those cats back. But it does work and it has stuck, and I'm very, very happy for them. They're literally next door but one to me. I do see them on occasion when the weather is good. I have given Tallulah a little tickle now and then, and I still put out food for them on occasion when they come and ask, which is actually very, very rarely. So they're obviously happy and well fed. Anyway, the whole point of this video. Foodie suspects she might be getting sick. Well, none of us saw that coming, did we? Wink, wink. Anyway, that's not the point. If she does become sick, what we are going to be told is that she's lost the ticket for the flight, she's lost the money she's put down for the apartment, and she's lost the money for things that she's brought in advance for the move. And this whole thing, this whole grift, will start again because she's going to need the money for the new ticket, for a new deposit for an apartment, etc., etc. Repeat until the Beezers finally realise that they're being fleeced. So if that happens and Foodie loses everything, now we only have her word for it that she's put money down for these things already, and we know how much her word is worth. Let's see how phenomenally gullible, naive, stupid, idiotic, unintelligent, pick your descriptive word that can apply, her Beezers actually are, and whether or not anybody actually gives her more money. Anyway, last live, riveting as normal. Foodie's a bit more freer in what she talks about, which is interesting. And she did say something along the lines of being more like her old self. Fair enough. But there are a couple of comments, she said, that, like Foodie said about the photo that slipped, that she's now pretending it's fine by her, and she said the content writes itself. Well, a photo isn't content, it's a thing. But the content did write itself during this live, because Foodie said some things that I don't think she realises. It's comedy. Let's say it's comedy. She was talking about all the meat and stuff that Salah has bought, the groceries he has gotten, despite the fact he's very, very, very ill. So despite the fact he's very, very, very ill, he still has to run around after you. Yeah, granted, she doesn't know how to open the gates, and even if she could open the gates, she can't walk to anywhere, and she can't carry anything either. So I guess Salah has to. His family could bring some stuff around, but no, I'm pretty sure she nags him into submission to go, even if he feels like death. But anyway, Salam has bought a rather large fish, intact with scales, and she was asking about how to prepare it. She then adds, Salah really loves fish. And well, the first thing that went through my mind is he must do to be with you, or to pretend to be with you, which is not the most pleasant of thoughts, but that's the direction my mind went. She also said that when she gets to Canada, she's going to bees like no one's watching. No one is going to be watching. There's a lot of truth in that statement, Foodie. Nobody is going to be watching once the novelty of Canada, if you go, wears off. She then talked about how she had a crush on a puppet when she was a kid. Farm boy? It means nothing to me. I'm British. But any of you who'd watched the Thundercats when you were a kid, all I have to say is Panthro. You know where I'm going with that. Anyway, she then said she was talking with a friend about bizarre crushes, and that her friend had admitted to having a crush on the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. And Foodie says, how can you have a crush on the Crypt Keeper? He's literally bones. He's a decaying corpse. And my brain, being my brain, immediately went to Cokie. Foodie, that's how you can have a crush on the Crypt Keeper. The same as having a crush on Cokie. I mean, he's literally bones. He's a decaying corpse. You could be describing him perfectly. Then she was talking about what Salah's type was, and everybody said short, overweight, mouth like a toilet, or words to that effect. And I'd just like to say Salah's type is Canadian, desperately lonely, and will do anything for the illusion of love. Money-making potential is definitely a bonus, but Canadian. Salah's type is Canadian. And then she started talking about some unfortunate reaction she had to some Panda Express. And it made me realise, and I'd like to apologise to every one of you, that I don't have any stories historically about my bowels. I have nothing to share with you guys. You must be awfully disappointed I don't have stories about times I almost or actually did shit myself. How very, very disappointing it must be for all of you. And finally, Emily sent a voice message to Rachel, who reacted to the voice message. After uploading her video, other reactors have reacted to the voice message. Emily has now taken back her consent for the voice message to be used, and Rachel has had to private the video. Everybody else who reacted to Rachel's video will now also have to private their videos. It's very clever of Emily to do this. It kind of hits reactors a bit where it hurts. Not much, but it is a bit of retribution, and I'm sure Amber is very, very pleased at this. Could it be possibly that they're somehow in cahoots with each other to kind of mess with reaction channels?